I freaking love Elijah Arroyo. Absolutely love that pick for the Seahawks. People who are on the Seahawks draft blog will know that we've spent so much time talking about him during this draft season. Just one of my favorite players in the draft. A player that I never thought was going to last to number 50. I had a fringe first round pick on this guy. He is somebody that you can line up anywhere. He's going to be a mismatch weapon. He's a perfect fit for this system. I think there's untapped potential as a blocker, but also that ability to be a dynamic, potential like number one, number two target. That player that, is a tight end, but you see other teams have them, they're almost like their number two receiver or their number one receiver even in some offenses. Like he has got that mismatch ability, love his personality, love his character. The Seahawks may have lost DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. They may still need to add a receiver at some point. When you go and get a guy like Elijah Arroyo, you've pretty much got a receiver there and he can still do some of the important things that you need a tight end to do. So I just love this selection. This has got me really excited. And, you have a look at how the board has gone and you're trying to sort of work out, what was sort of the best plan for today. And I think a lot of people will probably go, you could have had Elijah Arroyo, you could have had Tate Ratledge, for example, or, you could have taken the quarterback there. We now know the Seahawks are not going to take a quarterback in the first two rounds of the draft, like Adam Schefter was somewhat speculating. They have gone with best player available approach. Once again, they've not forced anything there. I'm completely behind that. But now we know that they've gone up and got Nick Emanwari, who, again, I think that was fair value for him to go up and get him. I don't mind that trade at all. I was happy with a bit of aggression. I think giving up a third-round pick to go and get someone you really like, as opposed to just wait to see what's there, I've got no issue with that. I do trust Mike McDonald with the defense. Now, you've gone and got Elijah Arroyo, who is just a perfect fit for this scheme. That's one of the reasons why we've been talking about him for so long. I really like this pick, and I'm really happy that they've gone and got Elijah Arroyo. So I think, for me, I'm going to call it so far. This is looking like an A-plus draft for the Seahawks. It helps when you've got a whole bunch of picks, of course. You can pick 3 times in the first 50 picks. It helps, and it helps you get an A-plus draft. But Gray's able addressed a huge need. No issue with them taking Nick Emanwari at the top of the second round. Absolutely love Elijah Arroyo at pick number 50. Great start for the Seahawks. They've got a third-round pick coming up later on. We'll see what they do there. We'll see what happens to Noah Fant now. Whether he's going to just be a camp casualty, whether they can flip him for a pick. It's not going to be a high pick if they can flip him for a pick in this draft. But, maybe he's going to be on the trade block now. Maybe you can shift him away to somebody else who's going to miss out on some of these tight ends. I don't know. Perhaps you can do that. Maybe they'll just cut him and save a few $1 million. But he's not for long in Seattle, you would imagine now, given that they've made this pick for Elijah Arroyo. Or maybe they'll just have a whole bunch of tight ends and that's just going to be, what they do with the offense this year. I don't know. But anyway, really happy with Elijah Arroyo. Love that pick. Great decision by the Seahawks to take him at number 50.